All right, in this series, we're going to actually validate our cluster. We're going to click on cluster validation right there. We're going to put our nodes in. This would be the Active Directory servers of the cluster. I'm going to say next. I'm going to say run all test. And I'm going to say next. I'm going to pause this video and come back to you when I'm done. Thank you. All right, as you can see here, the cluster validation report finished. I got a couple warnings, so let's go check the warnings out. I got a validation network communication warning. It's saying that the source IP with my production network cannot ping the destination IP of my heartbeat. Yeah, well, we don't really care about that. The heartbeat is not to be pinging around the network. It's basically to talk to the other heartbeat NIC, not talk to the production NIC. So in this case, we can ignore this. If it was 30 networks trying to ping the 42 network, that'd be different, but it's trying to ping a private network, so that's understandable. Let's go back up to the top and see if we see any Windows updates or not. Everything looks good, so we can close this and we can say go ahead and create the cluster now using the available nodes. So we say finish, and what it's going to do, it's going to go through the setup and it's going to ask me what my cluster name is going to be called. So let me go to my little cheat sheet that I wrote everything down. Okay. Sorry about that. Took me a minute. So we're going to call this ClayBCC WCAD Clus. Just no, not like that. That's we're going to just type it in ClayBCC WCAD Clus. Clus, yes. So we're going to give it an IP of 10.200.30.45. We're going to check our DNS records just to make sure 45 is not in use, which we know it's not in use, but it's always good to verify. We're going to go to our 30s. 30.44, no 45. Good. Alrighty. So we can minimize that. And we can go to next. And what it's going to do is going to add this into our Active Directory. Eligible storage node to the cluster. It's going to add our quorum disk, which is what we want. And let this go through its configuration, and I'll come back to the video. Alright, so it's finished. So basically it created a cluster, as you can see. We're going to go to finish. We're going to expand this. We're going to go to storage, disk. We have our quorum, which is our disk witness. It's actually being hosted on B. Nodes are A and B. We're going to go and we're going to check Active Directory and make sure that cluster got added. WCAD Clus, which it did. We are now going to want to go in our DNS and add this. So we're going to say ClayBCC WCAD Clus. And then the IP is 10.200.30.45. Add host, successfully done. Minimize. And at this point we have somewhat of a cluster. The next video will be showing how to add more storage pools. And we'll go from there. Thank you.